Welcome back to the Buzz on Business. Our next guest is Dave Riehl. Dave is a local attorney here in town. Dave, thanks for being with us today.
My pleasure. Glad to be here.
Great. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your business?
Sure, be glad to. I was originally working in Cleveland and then decided to relocate to a smaller community. I was living in Brunswick at the time and came out here in 1977 and have watched a multitude of changes over the years. I was affiliated with 3 other attorneys initially, then we separated and 3 of us grouped together, and there have been 2 of us still left together for well over 30 years now, so it's been a good venture for us. I grew up in Columbus, went to Ohio State, and came to Cleveland to go to law school in Cleveland. Liked Cleveland better than Columbus back then, but felt that there was, again, a better competitive edge to relocate to Brunswick, and it's been a very positive career opportunity for me, so I've enjoyed it.
Where is your practice located here in town?
It's right on 303. It is almost directly across from Bueller's. It's a small ranch house that we converted into an office. We tell everyone it's easy to find because it's right next to Buckeye Tailoring, and almost everyone seems to know where Buckeye Tailoring is located.
Good, good. Is there any particular areas of expertise that you practice?
My practice is fairly general. There's probably a half a dozen areas that I emphasize. I do a fair amount of family law, which is divorce type work and juvenile work, real estate, business, probate, some personal injury work, some litigation, some minor criminal work, and a few other areas. So it's fairly encompassing, and it keeps my practice interesting, keeps me on top of a lot of different issues and matters. It's fun.
That's great, that's great. What do you enjoy most about being a attorney here in Brunswick County? Or Brunswick City?
It's a matter of, I get to meet a lot of people, a lot of interesting people. My job is similar to a physician's in that there are issues that we try to make better. Sometimes they are negative cases, whether it be in the form of a divorce, bankruptcy, a criminal proceeding. Others is what I call more the positive work, in which it's a real estate transaction, a business transaction, buying and selling businesses, putting things together. But overall, it's the satisfaction of having satisfied clients who've gotten what they've wanted and have persevered through frequently somewhat stressful times. But in the end, they've gotten good quality work, they've got a fair result, and everything is better off because of that.
Okay, great.
So it's rewarding.
That's great. You had talked a little bit about going to school in Columbus, getting your law degree up here in the Cleveland area. What specifically drew you to Medina County? Was there any particular reason?
Well, as I said, I was working in Cleveland, and I was with a law firm that was owned by 2 brothers, and I did not have the last name. And my goal was to either be self-employed or with the firm within 5 years of passing the bar exam. And I was looking for employment in various areas. An attorney in Brunswick was interested, and he was influential in me also securing the position as the Medina City prosecutor at that time. So I relocated out here. I was living in Brunswick at the time, became the city prosecutor in Medina for about 2 years. It was an altogether different style of practice in Medina County as it was to the greater Cleveland area. It was more relaxed. The attorneys were a little bit easier to work with. Everything was friendlier. Everything was on a first-name basis. You could get to know the judges, the attorneys, the clerks very quickly. They were very helpful and assistant. Now it's changed over the years because Medina County has become bigger. Unfortunately, the way we practice law changes a little bit. The older attorneys, which I'm a part of, we often speak of the fact that the practice of law has changed so much. Not only because the change of the people, the change of attorneys, the law has changed substantially, making it more complex, more difficult, and that unfortunately translates into a little more stress upon the clients.
I know that you've been involved with the Chamber for many, many years. What do you feel are some of the biggest benefits of being involved with the Chamber here in Medina County and Brunswick specifically?
Well, initially, you can have a pulse as far as what is going on with the business and government. It's a great way to find out what really is going on. From my perspective, knowing what new legislation is coming through, it's an opportunity for me to become aware of that, maybe take a part as far as supporting or contesting the proposed legislation. It's understanding who the key players are within the community. it's an opportunity for me as an attorney to give back because I can provide my assistance to the chamber as far as helping with legal matters, advising on certain matters, using my skills, whatever they might be, to help out. I was past chairman of the board 2 different occasions, was on the board for about 7 years. I'm probably the oldest tenured chamber member because I've been a member since 1977. So I think it's important to give back. I have certain skill sets I can give back to what the chamber needs and somehow help the community, but not necessarily in a matter where I'm making a profit out of it.
Great. Is there a particular challenge when you're practicing law here in Medina County that I guess gives you the most grief or keeps you up at night?
There are, and I probably have to edit some of my comments about that just to protect the guilty or the innocent. One of the hardest things dealing with, quite frankly, is the change of the legislative matters that come down from Columbus, which frequently sound great on paper, but as far as in practice by the attorneys or the courts, is very encumbering upon the clientele and costs them a lot of money. So that's a hard part. I mean, it's part of the job because laws change all the time, but frequently the legislators forget to consider that how this is going to impact the people who have to utilize these laws.
That's great. Well, unfortunately, we're out of time. It was very interesting to hear about you and your practice, and I appreciate you being with us today, Dave. And we'll see you next time on The Buzz on Business.